Stop talking about it. Stop showing it. Disappear. Yes, turn off the noise, turn off the world. Just you, the silence and the work. Let them wonder where you went. Let them talk. Let them guess. While they're busy watching, you're busy working. You don't need to prove anything anymore. Not to them, not to anyone. All that energy you used to spend explaining yourself, defending your plans, trying to convince people you're serious, you put it back where it belongs, into the work. You don't owe the world an update. You owe yourself progress. So you step back, you go quiet, and it feels strange at first because silence feels like disappearance. It feels like being forgotten, but you start learning that the loudest people are rarely the ones moving. The ones who post every step, every grind, every moment of hustle, they're performing. They're trying to prove they're in motion because they're standing still. But you don't need to perform. You're not chasing attention anymore. You're chasing growth. And growth doesn't happen under lights. It happens in the dark, when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when it's just you, the work, and the promise you made to yourself. You don't need to announce your plan. The plan is simple. Vanish, build, return. You stop talking about change and you become it. That's what disappearing really is. It's not hiding. It's preparing. It's silence with purpose. Stillness with intention. You pull back from the noise, not because you're weak, but because you're done explaining. You've said enough. You've dreamed enough. Now it's time to become enough. So you step into the quiet. You close the doors. You lock in, and the world starts to forget your name. Good, let it. Because when they stop watching, you stop performing. And when you stop performing, you start growing. That's disappearing. It's not about the world losing sight of you. It's about you finding yourself again. Disappear. Go dark. Go quiet. And let the silence rebuild you. You're gone now. Not dead. Not lost. Just gone. Off the grid. Out of reach. Into the silence. This is ghost mode, where no one checks on you. Where no one asks how it's going, where no one even remembers to. And that's the point. You're not here to be seen. You're here to build. This is where you stop talking and start creating, where you stop showing up for approval and start showing up for yourself. It's quiet here, painfully quiet. No notifications, no distractions, no validation. Just you, your thoughts, your plan. It feels lonely at first, because you've never been this alone with yourself. You've always had noise to fill the space, the opinions, the timelines, the false encouragement. Now it's just you, and it's uncomfortable. Silence exposes everything. Every excuse, every weakness, every lie you've told yourself about why you haven't made it yet. That's what ghost mode does. It forces you to face the truth. There's no one left to blame, no one left to impress, only the mirror, only the mission. And in that stillness, you start to change. You start working different, deeper, cleaner. No more wasted motion, no more fake effort. You begin to crave the quiet. You start realizing that noise was never your fuel. It was your distraction. Real work doesn't need witnesses. It just needs consistency. You wake up early, you work, you move in silence, so your results can scream later. You train your mind to love the repetition, to love being unseen, because being unseen means being undisturbed. You don't announce what you're doing, you just do it. You don't explain why you're distant, you just build. And one day you stop noticing that you're alone. Because you're not. You've got your purpose now. That's your company. That's your voice in the quiet. And when it gets heavy, when the silence starts to feel suffocating, you remember why you started. You remember that this isolation isn't punishment. It's evolution. Ghost mode isn't hiding from the world. It's hiding for the world. When you come back, you're going to be unrecognizable. Your silence will have built something unstoppable. The world won't know what you were doing. They won't understand the nights you stayed up working, the mornings you forced yourself through exhaustion, the days you kept pushing when no one saw it. They'll just see the result, and they'll call it sudden. They'll call it lucky. They'll call it overnight. But you'll know the truth. You built it in the dark. You earned it in the quiet. You forged it in ghost mode. So stay here a little longer. Stay where it's silent. Stay where no one claps. You know why most people never make it? They talk too much. They spend their energy announcing what they're going to do instead of actually doing it. They post it. They share it. They say it out loud just to hear the sound of progress. But it's not progress. It's performance. It feels like movement, but it's just noise. Every time you talk about what you're going to do, you give yourself a hit of satisfaction. You get that little rush, like you already achieved something. And that's the trap. You get the reward before the result. You get the validation before the victory. And your brain stops pushing. That's why you lose momentum. That's why you burn out before you even begin. Because deep down, you're not doing it for the work anymore. You're doing it to be seen doing the work. That's the addiction, attention, approval, eyes. You want them watching. You want them clapping. You want them saying, damn, you're really on it. But you're not. You're just talking about it. You think your words are building your life, but they're draining it. You can't build while you're busy proving. You can't grow while you're waiting for someone to notice. And you know that. You felt it. That hollowness after the post goes up, and nothing in your life actually changes. Words don't make you better. Work does. Real work. Silent work. Unseen. Unshared. Unrewarded work. That's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who almost do. The ones who win are invisible while they build. They don't need to talk about it because they're too busy doing it. You don't need to convince anyone you're working. They'll see it when it's done. When you come back stronger. When you show up different. When your results start speaking louder than your captions ever could. That's when they'll understand. But until then, stay quiet. Protect your progress. Let your silence grow roots before you ever show the leaves. Because every word you speak too soon is energy lost. You don't need to announce your goals. You need to execute them. You don't need a crowd. You need commitment. That's what most people can't handle. They want the image, not the isolation. They want the applause, not the effort. But not you. Not anymore. You've seen what silence can do. You've lived in the quiet. You've felt the power that comes from not needing to be seen. You're not here to be noticed. You're here to be undeniable. So stop talking. Stop explaining. Stop showing. You don't owe anyone an update. You owe yourself execution, work in silence. Because silence never lies. You've been quiet for a long time. No posts, no updates, no announcements. Just work, just silence, just discipline. And now it's starting to show. Not in your words, in your presence. People can feel it. They can sense something's different about you. It's in the way you move, the way you talk, the way you don't talk. When you've spent enough time in silence, you don't need to prove anything anymore. You've built something inside you, something solid, something real. And that's what they see, the strength that only silence can build. You didn't need to post your progress. You didn't need to show the grind. You didn't need to announce every small step. You just worked, and now the work is speaking. Louder than captions, louder than words, louder than noise ever could. You walk in a room, and people feel it. They might not know what changed, but they know something did. They can see it in your eyes. They can feel it in your energy. That's what happens when you choose silence. It gives you power that doesn't need translation. Real power doesn't shout. It's still. It's calm. It's confident. It's the quiet certainty of someone who's been through the fire and came out cleaner. You let your results do the talking. You let your consistency do the explaining. You let your evolution do the bragging. No arguments, no speeches, no need to say, "I told you so." When you show up with results, there's nothing left to say. They'll realize you weren't gone. You were working. You weren't lost. You were focused. And all the noise they made while you were silent will fade the moment your results hit. Noise is temporary. Results are permanent. That's why silence is stronger. It builds something that can't be faked. You can fake motivation. You can fake confidence. You can fake words, but you can't fake results. That's what silence gives you, proof, power, peace. You stopped explaining and you started executing. Now they'll explain you. They'll talk about how you did it. They'll say it came out of nowhere. But you know better. It didn't come from nowhere. It came from ghost mode. It came from disappearing. It came from the grind they didn't see. So don't say a word. Stay silent. Stay working. Let them talk. Let them guess. Let them wonder how you did it. You don't have to tell them. You already showed them.